Let's talk about something real. Money, uncertainty, and the future you're working so hard to build. Okay, here's how we do things differently. We take the emotion out of the equation. We listen, we get to know your story, your wins, and your costly lessons. And we've heard plenty of those. People who panicked during the pandemic, those who chased hype instead of profits, or went all in on the no-brainer, only to find out it was a nightmare. Look, investing isn't just about spreadsheets, it's about you. For example, you say you're not afraid of snakes. Well, sure, but if I toss one in your lap right now, I'm sure it would create a reaction. Same goes for the market. A bear market hits and you might be surprised by your reaction. Why? Because emotions don't care how much you know. They care about how close you are to retiring, whether your job feels stable, or maybe that this market drop just hits a little too close to home. That's where we come in. We help you stay the course so your long-term plan can stay on track. Here's what we tell every client. The uncertainty never really goes away. It just changes shape. Meanwhile, your retirement date, it just gets closer. And the dinner bill, there's a not so subtle reminder that inflation is real. Our process. Here's how we help you build towards your goals. First, we learn what you're investing for. Then we calculate how much you'll need. We figure out how much you can realistically save. Then we find the investments that are most likely to get you there. And we build a personalized, diversified portfolio that fits uniquely to you. And most importantly, we guide you through the swings and the emotional storms that are going to lie ahead. All of this because your portfolio should be shaped around your plan and not to the latest headline in the news. Our philosophy is there's really only two choices out there. One, you can invest in innovative and resilient businesses with real value. Or two, you can try to ride the waves of the market panic and guesswork. Which one do you think builds the life that you want? Here's the truth. When it comes to retirement, there are only two outcomes. Either your money outlives you, or you outlive your money. One brings dignity, independence, and maybe even a legacy. The other brings worry, anxiety, and limitation. We find that the best investors aren't the ones chasing headlines. They're the ones building and sticking to a plan. So ask yourself, are you running your investments, or are they running you? And remember, permanent loss in a well-diversified equity portfolio, that's not a market failure, that's a human one. Let's make sure that's not your story. Who we help? We work with successful professionals and retirees who built wealth, but still wonder, will it last? They want to be smart. They want to do better. They're looking for guidance without all the hype. And the truth is, their biggest obstacle, it's themselves. Getting caught up in the headlines, fearing short-term drops, and not fully understanding how compounding can quietly build serious wealth. The biggest failure that we see is not understanding compounding and when it works best during these market corrections.